Here's the truth. The only thing that matters to women is physical attraction and emotional regulation. And emotional regulation. Okay, so I'm gonna break down the story in this video about what I witnessed and what I've been through and how you guys can somewhat improve your life and women and dating with women and things like that too. But I'm not a dating coach. I focus on fitness and getting guys in the best shape as possible, and obviously helping them with emotional regulation, the habits and things like that. But before you can really be attractive, you must have habits. You must be on track. You must be locked in, right? That's the key. So before you guys can really get the success of the pinnacle, you got to be the man who sacrifices a lot in the beginning. Sacrificing food, drinking, alcohol, cigarettes, smoking, all that shit. Putting that shit down. Okay? So let me tell you guys a story. If you guys been following my channel for the past 2 weeks or so, I talked about this girl who was like the baddest girl I was ever with at the time back then. This is like me in college time. And we worked in the same store together. So imagine a Target, right? You know how the Starbucks is inside the Target? Like, let's say I worked in the Target, she worked in the Starbucks section, right? It was like that. And like for the past, like when I first came on board, I was like, oh yeah, I want to get her. She's like the baddest one in here. I gotta get her. I did the little Birdman job. Like, yeah, she'll be my girlfriend. That's how I thought. I'm like, yeah, hopefully I can get her. I'm gonna try to do what I can do. So like for 2 weeks straight, I would literally talk to her every single day, just flirt with her, tell her jokes. I would just be trying to make her laugh. I would just try to flirt with her like every single day. For like 5, 10 minutes, nothing crazy, not too much. I understood that women don't want to be pressured. So I'm okay. I just tell her a joke here, there, be cool. Um, but it's funny because I can think about the time I had with her back then and how she treated me as a friend, but before I got in shape and after I got in shape. But because with women, every woman has a certain physical attraction threshold that they look for a man. And this is what I say, looks matter so much because you must meet that physical attraction threshold. If not, you're just gonna be invisible. I was invisible before. Remember, I weighed 112 pounds. I was skinny as fuck. I was pretty much invisible to most women. The only thing that got me by was my face and my eyes. I had good face, good eyes, and I had that to my advantage. That was it. But that didn't save me at all. So for 2 weeks, I was trying to get her number every single day, talking to her, boom, boom. But she would never give me her number. She would always be like, I'm talking to somebody, or she would be like, oh, I'm not really looking for nothing. So I was like, oh damn, okay. And remember, never date nobody at work. This is back, yeah. So don't do this now. But one day she gave me her Snapchat. She was like, yeah, we got Snap. I was like, yeah. She texted me on Snap, cool, boom, boom. And then we started hanging out a little bit, quote unquote dating. And at the time, bro, I was doing a lot of shit. I was literally dropping her off from work, picking her up from work. I was taking her to the grocery store, paying for her food and stuff like that, paying for her groceries. I was doing so much stuff. And obviously, like, we were like kids and things like that, cool. But I wanted to like be with her, with her. Like it was still kind of open, ambiguous, like what we were, right? That was going on for a few months, and this is before I got into the gym. So around the time where I started getting into the gym, I was working out at Planet Fitness, and then I was like, okay, you want to work out Planet Fitness and try to get in shape? She's like, yeah, it's cool, boom. So one day I met her at her house, and then we stepped on the scale because she had a scale. She wanted to see how she weighed because she wanted to. I think she wanted to put on more weight. I think she wanted to put on more weight. She weighed like 132 pounds when she stepped on the scale. I was like, okay. And she was like, remember, she was bad. She was like 5'3", brown hair, glass, like she was bad for real bad. Brown skin. So she was real bad. But when I stepped on the scale, I was 112 pounds. And I remember the look in her face when she looked at me. She was like, I was like, damn, I hope she didn't see that. I'm 112 pounds. So I was like 20 pounds under her weight. And she was only 135. Like 135 is so light. It's so light. So I'm like, damn, I'm looking like crazy. I'm not even looking like a man. So that's when I realized, like, okay, looking back on it, I didn't meet her physical attraction threshold for me to be seen in public with her as far as intimate, as far as her being her man. Like she wouldn't do nothing outrageous, nothing crazy. Right. So let's say that ended. A couple months went by, that ended. I moved away. I had to, school things happen. So I moved away and kind of had to lock in. So that ended. So it didn't end bad, but it ended. Then I'm locked in for a few months. I'm locked in. Pandemic happened. Boom, the shit shut down. It's cooked. I get into fitness heavy. I'm getting in shape. I'm working out outside every day. I'm locked in. I get my personal training license. So I'm doing a lot of shit in fitness now where I'm locked in, I'm focused, I'm locked in. I get my body right. I put on like 20 pounds in like fucking 8 months. I put on like 20 pounds. I'm personal trainer at LA Fitness now. So I'm like, I'm locked in. I'm focused. I'm like, okay, I'm in really good shape. I'm in really good shape. I'm locked in. I'm locked in, locked in. And then one day, I'm posting. This is why I stopped on Instagram. I post on Instagram. I'm doing all the fitness stuff on Instagram, and I get a follow one day. I get a follow, and I get hella likes on my page. A follow from this one account, and it's the same girl that I had a crush on like a year and a half ago. I'm like, oh shoot, this is crazy. I'm like, oh shoot. So imagine me, my phone. I'm driving home. I see hella like 20 notifications, a like and a follow back. I'm like, oh, this is crazy. This is like my crush. This is like my crush from a year and a half ago, and she's still looking good. Like she's still looking fine. She's still looking great. I'm like, okay, she's still looking good. So I'm like, okay, this is dope. So I follow her back and she shoot me a message like, hey, I see what you're doing. Congratulations. I like what you're doing, but boom. So we get in the small talk. Um, and this is like after I'm RP aware at this point. So I'm RP aware. I know about looks. I understand woman's nature a little bit more at this time, right? So that happens, and then she says, "Yeah, I want to get back in the gym. I've been fell off a little bit." So I'm like, okay, this is me and my business mind. I don't have a. I grew so much a year, just in one year. I grew so much mentally just by being in shape that I changed the outlook of my life. Now I wasn't like, okay, I gotta get. I'm chasing. I'm not chasing no more. I'm just sitting back and just living my life. And she comes back to me, just ask me questions about fitness and how to get in shape and do this and that. So I'm like, okay, this is cool. I'm not gonna be no thirsty ass guy who's gonna be like, oh my god, I'm forcing it. Yes. I'm like, no. I mean, in my head, I'm like, okay, this is dope. I mean, she's still pretty. It's my crush. I have emotions, so cool. But we set up a day to go to the gym and get a workout in because she wanna, get in shape. So I'm like, yeah, cool. Meet me here at the gym. I'll be here. So just let me know when you want to get a session in. She said, okay, cool, boom. And then when the day comes up, she pulls up. She lets me know she outside. So when I pull up, like before she met me, boy, I was driving like a 1999 blue Suburban, like a truck. Like to back then, I was like, before I got in shape, I was driving that shit. So I was like, damn, bro. I mean, it got me by at 19 years old. It got me by. So I'm like, okay, it's fine. But now I got a new car. Now I'm driving. It's not a new car, but it's like a 2-year-old car. It's a 2019, 2020. So I'm like, okay, boom. It's pretty new. So it's like, okay, I got a nice car, a nicer car now. I'm doing well. I got a good job, training. I'm in shape. So the things kind of changed a little bit in my life. I got a little bit better with my physique and mindset and everything else. So when she sees me for the first time, before she would give me side hugs. She would give me some side hugs, and that'll be it. She wouldn't like to get close to me. Like it was really weird how she treated me before. After I'm in shape, I put on like 30 pounds. She gives me a front hug. So the first day I see her in like a year and a half, she gives me a front hug, and I literally hug her with one hand off the just the waist shit, and she does like this. I'm like, oh shit. So I'm like, okay, hey, how you doing? How's everything going? I was like, okay, this is different. I was like, okay, cool. Then so we went through a little workout. Of course, we did leg day, and then no, she like it's funny when women find you attractive physically. They want you to touch them. They want you to be around them. And so I remember this moment specifically when she was like adamant for me to like show her, where she's supposed to feel it on her hamstring. So I was trying my best. I'm like, yeah, this you can. I was pointing to my own hamstring, like, yeah, you should feel it like right here, cause I wasn't trying to touch you. So like, I wasn't trying to touch it. So I'm like, you can feel it like right here. And this is me trying to like show my own hamstring where you're supposed to feel it, cause she's doing RDLs. So I'm like, yeah, you're supposed to feel it right here. She's like, yeah, I don't feel it. I don't know. Do you know like where am I supposed to feel? Can you show me in my body? Like I'm like, okay, this is okay. I'm trying to be chill, but so I'm like, okay, this is where you're supposed to feel it at, and then, but women want you to be around them and they want you to touch on them if you meet the attraction threshold. So that stuff went well, and that's a story on its own. But I can just tell you that situation, bro, showed me so much before I got in shape to after I got in shape, how she treated me. And I thought about this morning. I was like, boy, this is kind of crazy how that worked. Man, it's kind of crazy because I had a crush on this girl for the longest. Like she would not let me get close to her. I couldn't even get her number. I couldn't do anything. Now, she's texting me first. She followed me on the gram. She's, saying, hey, I appreciate what you're doing. You're doing great. Boom, boom. She giving me front hugs now. So I'm like, wow. And this is all just me being on body game, all just me being more attractive, all just me focusing on myself more often and more often, you know? So the moral of the story is most women will say, you're not my type. And when women say you're not my type, that just means you don't meet the physical threshold for their physical attractiveness. Because a woman's not going to let you get close to them if you're not their type. You might tell somebody, a woman, a joke who's you're attracted or who she's attracted to you, and she'll laugh. Then you can tell that same joke with somebody else, and they'll be like, "What the fuck, you creep?" So it's like the more attractive you are, the more you can get away with. The more women find you funny or find you attractive or find you masculine. The more attractive you are. This is why I say attractiveness is number one. Because if you don't meet that attractive threshold, you're either going to be a creep, a loser, a friend, just somebody for free food, free money, and that's it. But if you meet that attractive threshold, the next step is how are you emotionally? How is your emotional regulation? Can you hold a conversation? Would you not get mad? Are you controlling? Like, who are you as a person? So that comes next. And a lot of guys miss that because a lot of guys just focus on, the money or the status. And I'm not saying that's not important, but the money and status is like all the way down the line. That's way down the line. First, she needs to find you attractive first. Like, first, she needs to find you somewhat attractive to where you be like, okay, can I sleep with this guy? Can he be my man? Like, what is he good for? After the attractiveness, because once you meet that threshold, now all games are open. This is when you must have a conversation. This is where you must start talking. It's funny because women, like, if you watch these pop the balloon shows, like, the reason I say attractiveness is first because guys come in the pop balloon shows and they're dressed crazy. They have no physique. They have no aura. So a lot of guys get popped on based on attractiveness. They get popped on because they don't meet a attraction threshold. So the main thing you guys want to have is your own style, your own physique, your own aura. You must build that aura, and the only way you can build that aura is through body game. The only way you can build that aura is through the gym. It's through fitness. It's through nutrition. That's the only way you can build that aura. Because you're not gonna just build that aura just on your fashion. I mean, you could just on fashion, but fashion isn't gonna really be anything if you don't have the body to go with it. Because guess what? Your body is part of your fashion. The way you look is part of your physique. This is why all models are tall and more lean built. Some models are more jacked. Some models it's a room for everything. But the most attractive models are below 15% body fat, or are muscular who have abs. Those are the most attractive models. Why? Because they meet the physical attractiveness for most women in the world. That's the reality of it. That's the reality. And it doesn't matter what clothes they put on. The body is the fashion. Your body is your fashion. So once you master your body, once you master your habits of how to get in shape, because first you gotta really dedicate yourself to getting in shape first. It takes 3 to 6 months. Once you spend 3 to 6 months to mastering your body, mastering your habits, and getting in shape, you'll be fine. Now you can go to the next step. Okay, my emotion regulation, my discipline. What am I striving for as a man? What are my goals? That's the next step. But before we can get there, bro, we gotta focus on body game and how to get in the best shape of your life. All right, I'm developing a new program called 10X Mastery. You guys can click the link in the description for a free one-on-one call with me to kind of see if you're a good fit for it. But this is what I'm gonna be talking about in my program, and I got more in-depth videos coming soon as far as educational videos. It's gonna be pretty dope. That I'm gonna share with you guys. But that's exactly what we're talking about inside of those videos, man. Of how to really systemize these habits and how to what habits should you build in what area of life you're in right now and what you're striving for. So obviously, man, body game is number one. Getting in shape is number one. After getting in shape, then you can take care of everything else after. But you must build your identity through your body and how in shape you are and your habits and how disciplined you are first. That's the formula. That's the foundation. That's what every woman finds attractive in the end. All right. So that's the video for today, man. Let's get it. Let's go.